5 lease deals, 5 states, 1 month. One of these cars had $17,000 knocked off the sticker, the biggest discount we found all year. And it's the exact same car quietly charging you the worst interest rate on the board. Another one? $16 of interest a month. Total. Same month, wildly different deals. Stick around and you'll spot the difference on any lease, on any lot, in about 30 seconds. 2 Nissans in the Northeast, a Hyundai in the Southeast, a Genesis in California, a BMW in New York. Here's July, ranked. This is Lease Lab Radar. Here's the trick that makes every one of these readable. Forget the rules of thumb you've heard. A lease payment is only ever 2 things added together. 1. Depreciation, the value the car loses while you drive it. 2. Rent, which is just the interest. That's it. Every payment on this screen splits into those 2 bars. And watch what that reveals. Remember that Hyundai, the biggest discount of the month? $212 of its payment is interest, nearly half. Now the Genesis, right at the top, $16. $16. Almost the entire payment is the car itself. Same screen, opposite deals, and the split shows it instantly. So the real question on any lease isn't, is it cheap? It's, what am I actually paying for? And there are only 3 levers that move those 2 bars: cash, rate, residual. July gave us a perfect example of each. Lever 1, the cash. The Hyundai IONIQ 9 out of Charleston. Hyundai threw $17,250 on the hood, a full quarter of the car's price, gone before you negotiate a dime. That is the biggest single number we saw all month, and it's why the IONIQ tops the board. But here's the lesson hiding inside it. Cash buys the price down, not the rate. The money factor on that deal worked out to almost 6% interest. So even after all that cash, 47 cents of every payment dollar went to finance charge. A huge incentive is real money, but always look at the rate underneath it. Cash and rate are 2 different levers, and a deal can pull one while ignoring the other. Lever 2, the rate. And this is the one people miss. The Genesis G70 out of California ran a money factor of 0.00024. In plain terms, that's about 0.6% interest, near free money. On a $389 payment, $16 was finance charge. 16. You were paying for the car, not the loan. The BMW i4 in New York did the same thing, 0.84%, on a $60,000 electric. Here's why the rate matters more than it looks. When money is this cheap, there's almost no interest padding the payment, so every dollar you knock off the price drops your monthly almost 1 for 1. A low rate is what makes negotiating the price actually pay off. That's the whole reason this channel says the same thing every week. Negotiate the price, not the payment. Lever 3, the residual. The part of the car you're not paying for. A lease only charges you for the value the car loses while you have it. The higher the resale floor, the smaller that slice, the lower your payment. The July headline was the Nissan Pathfinder up in the Northeast. 75% still standing at the end of the lease. You're financing barely a quarter of the car. But here's the honest asterisk, because we always give you one. That's a 24-month term, and shorter leases always residual higher. So don't compare a 2-year residual to a 3-year one straight up. Which is exactly why the runner-up is the more impressive number. The BMW i4 holding 56% over a full 3 years. On an electric car, when most EVs crater. Same lesson either way. Find the residual first and read it against the term. A high floor quietly does more for your payment than any rebate. Now the lever nobody thinks about, and it's the reason this channel scans region by region. Where you're standing. The Nissan Rogue out of New Jersey wasn't exotic, but it hit all 3 levers at once. A 61% residual, a 2.4% rate that held all the way down to a 660 credit score, when most lenders save the good rate for perfect credit. And a lease cash check that was, that month, the single biggest in the entire country. $1,325, right there in New Jersey. Same car, same sticker, same week. But manufacturers move their lease support region by region, so the identical Rogue was hundreds of dollars cheaper to lease in one state than another. The car is only half the deal. Your zip code is the other half. So here's how you read any lease now. Start with the price. Always negotiate that first, before a single incentive touches it. Then, split the payment in your head into its two parts. How much is the car losing, and how much is interest? The three levers move those two parts. A low money factor, under about 2% APR is subsidized money, shrinks the interest. A high residual shrinks what the car loses, so the bigger the floor, the smaller your bill. And cash on the hood knocks down the price the whole thing is built on. Just check whether it's yours with no strings or a dealer game you have to fight for. That's the whole skill. A big rebate and cheap money are different things, and a payment that looks low can still be mostly interest. Split it, and you'll always know exactly what you're paying for. So that's July, 5 deals, and now you read all 5 the same way. Split the payment into depreciation and rent, find the 3 levers, and never forget the 4th one is your zip code. One honest note. Every program here was a July book, and they've all rolled over by now, so don't chase these numbers, chase the method. 2 quick things before you go. If any part of this made a lease make more sense, hit that like button. It's a 2-second tap, and it's genuinely the whole reason the next person finds this video. And subscribe with the bell on. We scan a new region every week, and you want to be negotiating with this month's numbers, not last month's. That's it. Check your region, and we'll see you in the next one.